Hi, Fiber Arts students. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in to part 2 of your distance learning intro for our class. What I want to talk about in this video over the next few minutes is just how we're going to get started and some of the things that we can expect from each other over the next month. For your first distance learning homework assignment, I have a few questions I'd like for you to respond to and send back using Canvas, ideally when you're done watching this video. Think of it like a check-in of kind of a temperature check for everybody, just how you're doing and if you're feeling ready. So you can respond by either making a video recording, just like I'm doing, or you can write them out and submit them that way. They're typed out for you on a Canvas assignment, and I'll read them to you at the end of the video. But first, as far as our focus and our goals, I want you mainly to focus on enjoying the process of art making as a great way to spend your time right now. I want you to just get lost in the flow of it, as I have been, and it's been a wonderful savior for me, and just like totally fun. So pretty much I intend to follow like this, basically the same plans and projects as in class, but instead of in-person demonstrations and feedback, we'll work through the internet with the use of videos and video conferencing occasionally, and a lot of self-paced work on your part. And obviously things will be adjusted, simplified, and kind of figured out along the way. But I feel pretty confident about it all, and confident in you guys being able to follow along in this way. As far as where you left off in the studio before spring break, the pattern yardage that I saw looked amazing. I'm not sure what else you were planning on doing to complete them or if they're finished, but I do hope that you consider using them as a part of your art quilt that we'll start on as soon as we get down some basic sewing skills. I have one of them here home. Pulled it out before this started. Shoot, I'll look for it in a minute, but it has like birds, like wingspans in 2 different colors on it. And so if that one belongs to you, will you let me know in your Canvas response to me, or shoot me an email, and I will mail it to you so that you can have it for your project. Any presentations that are left to give, we'll watch together if possible during a live presentation. I don't know why I did this, it would be live, a live presentation on a Zoom call. And if that's not possible, we'll have you make a screencast of your presentation, and the rest of us will watch it as a recording, and I'll support you in figuring out the details of how to do that, but it's pretty easy. I mean, it's basically what I'm doing right now. Okay, so some class routines to expect week to week, because I'm sure you're wondering, how is this all going to work? And as you may already know, the school calendar has been updated so that it reflects what's going to be our distance learning schedule, and it has you focusing on just 3 classes a day, which I think is going to be nice for everybody. Your teachers at NARICS know that the schedule that's posted isn't going to be right for everyone, but it's definitely a good suggestion for you to follow. So let me just go to that right now. I'm going to share my screen. Got it. Here's our Canvas page. I'm going to switch over to the calendar. So you can find this calendar at naricshall.org, student life, and then calendars, same place it always is really, or through your Google Calendar app. And you'll be able to see, if you click on any given day, that the distance learning schedule has been put up there. So it's 3 classes a day with lots of kind of open break time that sometimes might be used for other things. But for now, like when these class periods meet is important. And it's important in this, don't let me confuse you. Don't expect that you will have to be online during the time of those classes. Like I said, we know that that's not going to be possible for everybody. So this is a suggestion of when you would work on the material for those classes. And for us, I can speak for only our class, but I'm planning on having most of your work be pretty self-guided, self-paced, and I'll be providing resources via video, via like slideshows in the form of PDFs, or maybe things to read, things of that sort. But I'll also use this schedule as a way for me to know like when the first class of the week is going to be, and that's when I'll be sure to have that week's distance learning page up on our Canvas. So our official first class of next week is 10:15 on Monday. So by 10:15 on Monday, I should have the material for the week ready to go. That's my goal, anywho. So let's hop back to Canvas for a second. You go home. You'll see, as I'm assuming that you already have, that we have a new module called Distance Learning. I'm going to change this to be just Distance Learning. And each week I'll put a new page for you to check out. So on the page, what I'm hoping to have is sort of like a reflection at the beginning, some content in various formats, and then ways for you to respond, aka homework, classwork. Okay. So just check in at the beginning of each week to see what your plan will be as far as our class goes. You guys are going to have a lot of questions, I have no doubt. That's wonderful. That's how you learn. And I'm going to encourage you to post your questions here in this discussion board. And the reason is you guys might have, the same questions. And so we can all benefit from seeing your questions and the responses to them. And you guys can respond to each other, and you don't always have to wait on me. I will always respond no matter what, but you guys can, chime in and be helpful to each other as well, because that's what an artistic community does. So that's where those will go. Okay, let me pop back to my notes. Okay. Speaking of questions, speaking of my specific feedback, one of the things I'm going to put in place so that my more immediate availability, it will be office hours. And so Monday through Friday from 12:30 to 1:30, I'll plan to be at my laptop, ready to go, responding to questions just as they come in. So of course, you can send me questions and post questions to that discussion board at any time, and I'll still respond to them. But that's just the time, that 12:30 to 1:30 block, when I'll be right there and we can hop on a video chat call, for instance, if we need to. If that has to change or I have a doctor's appointment at that time, I'll just put it in a Canvas announcement. And as far as being kind of expecting the whole class to be online at the same time, I definitely don't anticipate that happening like every class period on that schedule. I would like to do it occasionally. And so when we do it for presentations or for critiques or just a general check-in with each other so that you guys see each other too, we're going to use Zoom, like I think you all have seen already for the most part, but you can sign up for free, create an account using your NARICS email address, and it's really, really very easy. It's kind of like FaceTime but you can have multiple people and you can share your screen just like I'm doing right now. So it's a really great tool. Whenever we do that, I'll make sure that we're all able to join in at the same time. So probably what I'll do is like some sort of RSVP system through Google Calendar. And that might, I'm thinking we might want to have our first one by the end of next week. So check in Monday to see where to go from there. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Okay. I know you've been thinking about where to set yourself up so that you can have an art space and make your own studio, and that is wonderful. And I am thinking about you all being so happy in your new home studios. If you're having any issues with this or looking for suggestions, please, of course, don't hesitate to reach out. And thank you so much for picking up all your supplies from school last week. I feel really confident that everyone has what they need at this point to keep making a really awesome art quilt. So that's all the info. Wow, okay, we've been introduced. So now I want to hear from you. So here's the questions that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. I'm going to share my screen again. Go back to distance learning on Canvas. Oh, and you know what? I might not have linked it yet. So in a little bit, this is going to be linked and published, but for now, I'll get to it through the assignments page. And these questions that are here, like I said, you can respond to by writing them out, or you can make a video and speak them. So here they are. 1, how do you feel about starting the distance learning version of our class? 2, how are you doing right now in general? 3, what limitations are you facing that you'd like me to know about? 4, what do you need to know, or just what do you need most from me right now? 5, do you still need to give your presentation? And if so, are you ready to do so next week, if possible? 6, what questions do you have? 7, what's helping you stay positive and clear-headed right now? 8, what's something you're grateful for? And finally, 9, any suggestions for our class? Maybe there's some an idea that you have that we can all do together, but respectively in our own homes. So I'll go ahead and publish that now so it's ready to go. Okay, I think we're ready. I think we're in a good spot. So wonderful. Enjoy your weekend. Be in touch. Take care.